Hello, Galaxy Heroes. Mikey here, with some. There's three battles, so this is to showcase, I suppose, Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, and all three of these are from the most recent round of Grand Arena Championships. That's what they're called, GAC. Unfortunately, I believe this one I didn't capture what Datacron my opponent was running. Apologies, there are no really high defense laden Datacrons that I'm facing here, so grain of salt. I'm not sure how much difference it would make, but basically for me what it's done is it's rejuvenated my Jedi Master Luke, who maybe I shouldn't admit this, but I'm going to. JML has predominantly, for me, in GAC, been to solo Qui-Gon Jinn squads. That's all I've really done with him. He hasn't really been super effective or useful for me. So this is great because we all put Lord Vader, all. Okay, we don't all, but a large percentage of players will place Lord Vader on defense purely because he's an absolute pain in the ass to dispatch and is going to cost a lot of banners. Right, played that one right. I misplay in another vid. There's buffs, so I've got to be honest, I've struggled with this game ever since the introduction of Rey, and I just find all the abilities, all the hoops that we have to jump through to get the most out of our tunes, yada yada yada, are just very confusing. So yeah, that said, here we go. So we've whittled it all down, or whittled them down. There are only two opponents. There's only one opponent standing, and now I think, yeah, we'll just slap it onto auto. So strategy wise, as far as I'm concerned with GAC, this is never a first time battle. I try to find the highest output I can achieve on my first go. So for that, for example, if I can Wampa solo a squad, I'll do that. There's my max banners, gives me a good starting place, and then I start to work through the rest just on a point side of things. Yeah, it can be the difference between winning and losing by a point. So this is the Datacron I'm going to be using all the way through. As you can see, it's a mishmash. I should probably refine it, but to be honest, I'm always restricted on the amount of materials I have on Datacrons, predominantly the credits, because I work on as many Datacrons and get as many in place. This time round, it's all the 15% health protection, light and dark sides, just to give you a timestamp. Maybe I should have done that earlier. Where are we? Stardate 25th of July 2023. So we've just finished. We're about to start the second round of 5v5s, having come off the back of a double lot of 3v3, I believe. Yeah, anyway, I'm waffling. So yeah, you'll see in the gear levels here. So JML is 9, and then JKR, JKL, and JKCK. Wow, lots of initials there. Are all Relic 8, and my Bastilla Shan is Relic 7, which means that her level 9 Datacron is effective, as you saw from me clicking on there and seeing that hers is active. So we're getting additional protection on top of the initial protection. Yeah, I've run this in Arena as well. To be honest, I will be honest, I have switched away from it a bit in Arena. Probably worth returning at some point. But yeah, I mean, what's not to like about that? I really think that tactic-wise, I should be getting rid of Royal Guard quicker than I do, because, as I say, I do believe when I started my waffle about not understanding all the mechanics, I'm just finding that they're very confusing. I don't know. I become blind to it, but that's just me, and I'm sure that's just me. There we go. So again, we're down to Lord Vader, and we should be, looking at the time here, I've still got quite a bit of time. I would hope at some point I'm going to switch it over to auto and just let it do its thing. Oh, I wanted to see whether... No, I didn't. I do like the fact that Cal will cleanse whoever he passes that turn to when he switches from one stance to the other. That is cool. There we go. So, looking elsewhere, did not see that I had switched over, and big bada boom, who got the win there? So 62 points. Yeah, I found it quite interesting that, again, this is maybe the way that I'm playing, and probably I could play it more economically or better, choose different moves. For me at the moment, it just seems to work really well to literally spam Cal into taking a turn as much as possible. Although he's 30 and wipe someone out, except unless they're a GL ability comes through from his turn meter, so his actual turns. But of course you can influence that as well with Jedi Knight Revan, because he can bring him in a bit quicker. And yeah, the final part there is the fact that we've gone against two similar comps. You can see that I've mixed up, courtesy of what I've faced, different compositions of Lord Vader squads. We've got two tanks here and two toons who are sneaky and are under stealth for quite a while, so I might as well. Right, this one I believe is the one that I not seriously misplayed, but I definitely did misplay. Again, recommendation tip, you want Royal Guard out. I had mentioned it earlier. You want Royal Guard out fairly early on, because I believe, I'm always going with that, I believe, maybe I should read the spec, but yeah, I've read the spec a few times. It confuses me. But I believe that he passes on bonuses to Lord Vader, which makes Lord Vader more difficult to kill. So, yeah, get him gone. Would be my recommendation. Although, of course, Seventh Sister there, being the healer, is another pain in the arse. So So we're on the 30 max there. Yeah, so again, misplay, probably. But as I say, we just bring him in, and of course the other added bonus of that is the more that you use the golden Castor logo, Fred Perry, yeah, either of them can give me loads of freebies for promoting their their logos, but yeah, using that gold disc also just accelerates when JML will go into mastery. So I'm doing this and I'm like, I'm not happy about this. I'm not really doing much at all here. I mean, okay, I'm whittling him down a bit, but the less, well, as soon as he moves out of green, I don't think I'm going to up, or even less than that. We stop critting. As you can see, we're no longer critting him. And yeah, we're just really not making much inroads. And I'm starting now to get a bit concerned. Because he's going to do funky stuff like this. And look at that, he's almost healed back. So at some point quite soon, I realised, there we are, that Royal Guard is the blocker here. Or at least not really helping. So let's see if we can get rid of Royal Guard. And again, the beauty of this squad is that, you know, normally it's death by 1,000 cuts to get through any of them. It's just not the case here. And of course, we've got 3 cleansers in JKR, Bastilla, and Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, so we can reasonably keep the buffs off, or the debuffs off, and make this straightforward. 2 points difference between that. Thank you for watching.